Hey guys, welcome back to Snackin' Sundays, and happy Mother's Day to all of the moms out there. I doubt there are any here watching this video, but to all of us youth, happy Mother's Day to your moms, because our moms are great. And yeah, and I hope you all are spending time with your moms, spending time with your families, your grandmas, your aunts, whoever you can see. Spending time outside because it's really nice outside, finally. Yeah, I hope you all have had a great week. I hope school's been good. All that jazz. And let's get into the gospel, because this is a good one. This is one that I really liked. And okay, let's be honest. Let me be honest. I was reading through the gospel the first time this week, and I was like, okay, what am I going to say for Snackin' Sundays this week? And as I was reading it, I was like, I can't, like, it wasn't like a straight up like parable or like Jesus was doing a miracle. Like, it was just Jesus talking. It was a very simple gospel, and I had to read it a couple of times to really get something out of it. But every time that I read it, the one thing that stuck out to me, good job, grammar, language, was when Jesus kept saying, do not let your hearts be troubled. And I was like, okay, Jesus telling us don't let your hearts be troubled. Okay, like this is good. And it seems like when I read it, it seemed like a very simple thing that Jesus said. But in reality, as I was taking time to pray and think about it, in reality, this is a big thing. Like, it's very easy for us to get anxious about things, to be afraid of things, to not trust God in things, to be reliant on ourselves for things. And Jesus tells us not to worry. He's like, just trust in me. Don't worry. Don't let your heart be troubled. Just have peace in knowing that I am looking out for you. And I was like, okay, why is it talking about our heart? Why isn't it like, don't let your soul be troubled? Don't let your mind be troubled. And okay, here's the thing. Our heart is one of the most inmost parts of who we are. And it's in harmony with our soul. We hear a lot in, different writings from like saints and theologians, is that our heart and our soul are intertwined with each other. And in our hearts and our souls, that's where God comes into our being, is in our heart and our soul. And that's when we trust him completely, is when he's resting in our heart and our soul. So when our heart is troubled, it means that we don't trust God completely. And so there's a lot of things that we might not trust God with. It could be our future. It could be we feel like God is holding out on us. It could be we feel like God isn't going to give us something that we want or need. There's so many things. And these thoughts, first of all, they're lies, because God is not going to hold out on us, and he's going to give us everything that we want. So these are lies because of the fall of Adam and Eve, and when sin and Satan were brought into the story of humanity. And Satan tells all these lies to us. He's like, God is going to hold out on you. He's not going to give you what you want. He's not going to give it to you right when you want it. Like, he's going to do all this stuff. But that's so not true. Like, that's just a straight up lie. Like, that's just not who God is. Like, we've seen that in the past Gospels. He heals people. He loves people. He died on the cross for us. Like, he rose from the dead so that we could be with him in heaven. Like, he wants what's best for us. And if we believe in Jesus and in God, and that if we trust that he is going to provide for us and he's going to give us everything that we want and we need, we can do amazing things like Jesus did. Like, that's what Jesus said in the gospel. He's like, if you trust in me, you can do even more amazing things than I did. Jesus himself, he's like, you can do greater things than I did if you just trust in me. Like, that's pretty knock your socks off. Like, Jesus himself, who beat death, he's like, you can do even more amazing things than I did. And Thomas was standing over here watching this whole thing happen, one of the disciples, and was like, I don't think so. Like, I don't think that can actually happen. He wasn't trusting God. Like, his heart was troubled. And he's like, yeah, maybe. And Jesus goes, he turns to Thomas and he goes, I've been with you this whole time. Like, you've seen me. Like, everything that I say, I do. Like, I don't back out on my word. He said, I've been with you this whole time and still you do not know me. That's like us. Like, just because Thomas and Jesus were physically together doesn't mean that that's a different story for us. Like, we are walking alongside Jesus in our story. And sometimes it feels like we might not trust him and we might not know him. And Jesus is turning to us and he's like, I've been with you this whole time. Like, do you not know me? Like, just trust in me and you can do amazing things. So yeah, we can do amazing things if we trust in God. And my challenge for us this week is to trust in God. To trust, to not worry, to not fear, to not be reliant on ourselves, to not get anxious, to just trust that God is going to give us everything we want, everything we need, everything. It's just everything. And we can do amazing, amazing things if we trust in God. Yep. So that's that. Now go have fun with your family. Go talk to your mom. Do something nice for your mom because we love our moms. And yeah, and don't forget, trust in God. Have a good week, everybody.